Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhirbhavatu Me Sada. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Om Chinmayam Vyapi Yat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitayah Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. Om Namastulasi Dasa Sadvaristhaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Hari Om. A very warm welcome to this Mahasaga of understanding one of the greatest grantha of the Sanatana Dharma, Ramayanam, and we are going to deal with Sri Ramacharita Manas, otherwise called Tulsi Ramayan. I invoke Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji's grace, Pujya Gurudev's blessings, and the blessings of the Guru Parampara on all of us to go through this wonderful path, wonderful Katha. It is also called Kathamritam of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra Ji. As per our tradition, such wonderful program is always started by lighting the Jnana Jyoti as a form of our surrender unto the Bhagavan, unto Param Pujya Gurudev. We will now get the whole program inaugurated by a very, very, very wonderful couple who are very deeply involved and who also, the person conducts Rama Katha classes also. He talks a lot about Ramayan, very, very highly informed. And in fact, I should say, I have learnt a lot from him. Dr. Tirumalachar, an ophthalmologist in Mysore, has taught probably tens of thousands of students in his lifetime. Being in very high position, has conducted innumerable treatment to so many thousands of people and has given vision. In fact, you go and pick up any ophthalmologist in Mysore, he will be one of the students of Dr. Tirumalachar. And why Mysore? They are spread all over the world. So I am very, very happy, I am delighted, and I feel more blessed to have Dr. Tirumalachar and his Dharmapatni, Dr. Veena. She has been a very successful pediatrician, but now both of them are retired and they are living a very, very, very sattvic life. And in fact, Dr. Veena has been doing some social service with her wonderful knowledge in the palliative care here. She has been offering her honorary service. I now request Dr. Tirumalachar and Dr. Veena to kindly come forward and inaugurate this wonderful program. Please come. Please. Om Shubham Karoti Kalyanam Arogyam Dhana Sampadaha Shatru Buddhi Vinashaya Deepa Jyotir Namostute. Om Tat Sat Harihi Om. On behalf of all of you, I thank Dr. Tirumalachar and Dr. Veena to have inaugurated this wonderful program, and I invoke Bhagavan and Puja Gurudev's blessings on both of them. Thank you very much. We will now start the program with an Aarti to Bhagavan. Please be with us. Being the first day, some formalities, and we will now have the Aarti. Om Natatra Suryo Bhati Na Chandra Tarakam Nema Vidyuto Bhanti Kuto Yamagni Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam Tasya Bhasa Sarvamidam Vibhati. Om Shri Sita Lakshmana Hanumat Sameta Shri Ramachandra Swamine Namaha. Om Shri Sadgurubhyo Namaha. Please receive the Aarti. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane Shriramanama Varanana Om Nama Iti Harihi Om. In our Sanatana Dharma, there are 4 pillars. And among them, the first one is called Shruti. Then comes Smriti, Itihasa and Purana. This we know. Shruti talks about the highest in our life, or rather the supreme, which is Brahman. Interestingly, we will find the Shruti talks about Brahma and Dharma, where Brahma is the focus. It also talks about Dharma. Then we have Smriti, which talks about Dharma primarily and also talks about Brahma. The first one, Brahma primarily, Dharma also. In Smriti, it is Dharma primarily and Brahma also. What is the difference then? Shruti are those which are revealed to great yogis in their seat of meditation, when they went beyond the concepts of body, mind and intellect and the whole Jagat. In that supreme state of experience, the mantras were revealed to them. In fact, we all know all these things, we all know it is only an introduction to recollect our knowledge. They did not have any book. It was not in a script form. It was only Shariram, Shravana Matram. And having listened to it once, they could retain that Shabda and transfer it to the next generation. This is how the mantras have been, have come to us for thousands of years. Later, we all know Bhagavan Sri Vedavyasji, he collected all of them, put together and made into 4 Vedas: Rig, Yajus, Sama and Atharvana Veda. These are all mantras which were listened to, which are revealed. Therefore, it is called Shruti, Shravana Matrena. Smriti means remembrance, memory. Those mantras which were only in the form of Shabda, Bhagavan Vedavyasji, he brought all those mantras which were only in the form of Shruti, but from the memory, he brought it out and codified into scripts. And then it was called as Smriti. And then we have Itihasa and Purana. Interestingly, there is a very beautiful statement. It says, Itihasa Puranabhyam Vedartham Upabrahmayet. Itihasa and Purana are only to establish what is already said in the Vedas, but in a different format. Right? So this is Itihasa and Purana. Now this is the first level of bifurcation. Now one may wonder, Swamiji, I thought you were talking about Ramayan. Yes, we are going to talk about Ramayan. But these basics are very important. You know why? Once we know what is the glory of Ramayan, then we will be able to understand Ramayan better. Is Ramayan only a katha? Is it just a story? Or it has so many things into it? Is what we have to understand. When it comes to Ramayan, it is called as Itihasa. What is Itihasa? Itihasa is translated as history in our understanding. History. Itihasa. Thus it happened. And in the case of Itihasa, it has to be written by a person who lived at that time. Samakalinaha has to write. This is how it happened. It has to be recorded. However, we will also see what in more detail about Itihasa and the difference between history and Itihasa. We will see in a very small form. We will see in this introductory part of Ramayan, a little bit of background is very important. Why is it important? I am sure many of you must have come across people asking, did Ramayan at all happen? What is a guarantee? Everybody say, Rama took birth in 5114th BC. In the year 5114th BC, Rama took birth. And then after, now it is again 2023 years gone. What is the guarantee that it really happened? We will study that. This is Itihasa. Itihasa. And another very interesting explanation I found in a book. Itihasa. In the first case, it is Itihasa. Thus it happened. And the second meaning is Itihasa. Hasa means laughable. Laughable means not in the negative terminologies. It is a big laugh. What is that big laugh? Iti is a word used at the end of something. Iti Shri Vishnu Sahasranama, Iti Shri Lalita Sahasranama. We have studied all these things earlier. So, iti is a word which denotes what? The end of something. Hasa, actually, very interestingly, that commentator says, laugh, end laugh, the last laugh is by Yamadharmaraya. All our lives, finally, Yamadharmaraya has the last laugh. Why? All that we do, all that we try to do in this life, trying to acquire, possess, indulge, embrace, enjoy, all the whims and fancies of the world ends. History now you take. Any great person in life, be it a spiritual leader, a scientist, a great warrior, a great spiritual master, whoever it may be, life ends. During the life, whatever you have done, once life ends, nothing is possible with this physical body. Think. Swami Vivekananda cannot give even a single word, nay, even a letter. He cannot speak. Param Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayanandji, physically he cannot speak. Of course, today we have, thanks to the technology, we have videos and everything in YouTube and everywhere. That is different. Physical body is not there, therefore there is no word uttered. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, think. When the physical body alone is alive, then alone can we speak, can we do whatever. Think. And finally, whether we do good, bad or indifferent, anything you do, finally death has the last laugh. Therefore, Itihasa also means Yamadharmaraya has the last laugh. What a beautiful interpretation. Coming back, Itihasa. Purana. What is Purana? That which talks about Bhagavan alone. The glory of Bhagavan. The Leelas of Bhagavan. All these are taught, brought out in Purana, where what is it that Purana wants to communicate? One, not only Bhagavan's glory, it also depicts the love for Bhagavan by the Bhakta or in the Bhakta. You will find in our Purana, like Bhagavatam for example, we have 18 Puranas, it is said. And there may be more which has not come to our limelight. For example, in Bhagavatam, you find so many Leelas of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. All types of Leelas. And the one with all love and affection, when that person reads, goes through the Bhagavatam, you will find his intimacy towards Bhagavan increases in every Leela. Think. Even now in Ramayan, Ramayan, Ramchandraji's glory is at every place brought out. And a real bhakta of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji will get so delighted. His bhakti will get so established. Therefore, Puranas are another beautiful section or the fourth pillar which establishes love towards Bhagavan through Bhagavan's glories. Thus, Shruti, Smriti, Itihasa, Purana. These are the four pillars of our Sanatana Dharma, and Ramayan comes under Itihasa. But there is a difference between the history and Itihasa as such. History is normally called as Mahakavya, whereas Ramayan and Mahabharata are called Itihasa. There are differences between the two. We will see the difference. Coming to the point, on this day, why should we study Ramayan? Even after 7,000 years, more than 7,000 years, even today, Ramayan attracts so many people. Ramayan delights so many people. All of us are aware, few probably decades back, Ramanand Sagar's Ramayan in the DD news channel every Sunday. It was so popular that the roads were empty. Most busy roads were also empty at that time. In fact, the newspapers covered with a photograph of the empty road, and then they would present Ramayan silenced everyone. Like that, probably they gave some caption. It is understandable in our Sanatana Dharma, the Hindu religion people who follow this culture, for them to stay back at home and watch Ramayan. What about the other religious people? They also watched. That was the power of Ramayan. And it was very, very beautifully brought out by Sri Ramanand Sagarji. It was so, absorbing that the entire world would sit in front of that small box and watch Ramayan. During our kal, in our age, after 7,000 years, if Ramayan can attract so many people, there must be something, isn't it? Otherwise, in fact, it is said even atheists used to sit and watch Ramayan. And I remember my teacher had told once, so many people who were atheists, after seeing Ramayan, they have become great Ram Bhaktas. That is the glory of Ramayan. That's the glory of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji, which we will see very elaborately. Alright. So today we have seen Shruti, Smriti, Itihasa, Purana. And tomorrow we will again go in detail on Itihasa, the difference between history and Itihasa. This has to be established. Why it has to be established? Otherwise, we will not develop faith on Ramayan. We will have doubts about Ramayan. We will have confusion whether Rama really existed. With that confusion in mind, how can we have bhakti towards Bhagavan? So it has to be cleared. Thus, we have a great responsibility for each one of us to understand the difference between history and Itihasa so that we develop that love towards Ramayan with full faith. Tomorrow, we will establish the difference and then proceed further in understanding certain important facts, certain important points which are required for us to know before entering the subject matter of Ramayan. With this, today we conclude and we will see tomorrow at the same time. I wish all of you convey this message to everyone. Introduce them to this wonderful grantha called Sri Ramacharita through these talks on YouTube. We will meet tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om